Hi, we are Group 47. Our team chose to develop the Instagram photo viewer application on iOS using Xcode and Swift 4.0. This will be a demonstration of all the key functional requirements for the project submission. I shall begin with demonstrating the launching of the app. The app has been optimized for iPhone 8. To become a user of the Instagram application, one must first register. Upon clicking the Register tab, you'll be proceeding to the form that you'll be required to fill. I shall demonstrate how. So you end up putting your email address. For test purposes, I shall just call it such and give it a minimum of 6-character password, as well as first name and last name. The user also then has a choice of selecting a profile image, which can be done by clicking on the option to upload an image. It takes you to the folder on your device. From there, you can register your account. I will now demonstrate how you can log in using existing credential. So my credentials were krithi@test.com with the 6-character password. And there you are. It lets you log in successfully with a welcome back message. And also you can do a logout by going to profile and choosing to log out.
For the database part, we use Firebase to store all of our information. We use the authentication path to help us in the authentication and authorization of profiles. We also use the database, which is a real-time database to help us store the information regarding the interactions of the application. And finally, we also use the storage to help us store the binary data regarding the images that we upload and download. We also use the storage to help us in tuning the performance, because at first we had a problem that we're exceeding the bandwidth limit that Firebase gives as part of the freemium, the free tier, and that also help us to furthermore tune the images and perform some kind of a compression on them. Internally, we have been using different things that will help us to manage that. So first of all, we created our own classes that will help us to convey the information that we want to store or retrieve from the database. And to do that, we use mappable techniques so that we can transfer it from an object to a JSON file or a JSON format. All of that has been managed through one class we call the cloud. The cloud uses the singleton pattern to provide us with managers that have a specific functionality when it comes to the cloud. So the profile manager is responsible for all things related to profiles, such as creating a user, sign in, sign out, and retrieving a profile depending on the ID or the follow profiles related to a following or a follower. The post manager is responsible for all things related to a post creation, creating the post, updating the post, and even deleting the post. The comment manager is responsible for comments, obviously, and activity manager help us to fetch all the activities related to a current profile. Now, an activity is also created by default when we do profile or post or comment activities. So it's all part of one transaction. Finally, the image manager helps us to upload and download images. We created the cloud in a way that it will be asynchronous so that it's become easy to handle any interactivity, to hide all the network issues that we can just get into because of network failures or loading issues. So for example, here when we create, we have to just provide simple data by the use of the API. And finally, we have a handler for success and another one for failure that is being handled by different controllers to show the right message.
You're now welcomed by the home feed page on the application, and I'm currently logged in as the Kriti E user that I just created in front of you guys. You'll see how currently there's nothing to be displayed on the home feed, as neither am I following anyone, nor have I created any posts yet. So the next logical step, I guess, is to show you how to create a post. I do so by clicking on the New Post tab, which gives me two options: either to pick a image from my local device via the gallery option, or uploading a new image using the camera. Since I'm currently demonstrating using the simulator, I'll choose the gallery option. Go to the obvious by selecting image. Within that, I feel like maybe picking some flowers. So there you are. It shows you the image that you've just selected. Further to that, there's multiple edit options prior to you uploading your post. You can either select the filter sepia, or you can make it black and white, or you can use the third filter, which is Neuer. If you also wish to change the brightness, it's a scaling bar, so you can decrease the brightness by going backwards, or you can drag the scale bar to your right to increase the brightness. If you decide you do not wish to keep any of those changes, you can click on reset and it will take you back to your default. You can also choose to crop the image, which you can do so by dragging the edges and only keeping the area that you wish to keep selected. You can also rotate the image by clicking on this, or you can reset the image back to where it was using the reset button in the center. I'm now pretty happy with how it looks, so I'll just click done. And I'll also type in some description for my post. I think it's pretty apt for the time of the year. I put a description, I've set my image, and now I'm happy to upload the image. Once that's done, I can choose to go back. And what I wish to see or expect to see is that post in my home feed. And there you are. This is the first post that I've created successfully for my own login, and it displays. I would now like to show you the functionalities from the home feed page. So I have again logged in as the user Kriti E, which I created in front of you guys, which also shows the one post that I created in the previous demonstration. Going back to the home feed, this is a place where you are obviously seeing not only the posts that you've created, but also those of the followers, of the users that you're following. So I can confirm that this is someone that I follow by showing that to you in the search list. I'm following this person currently. Now on your home feed, you may wish to manipulate the posts by expressing your like or leaving a comment. This can be done by using these two icons here. For like, you simply just click on this heart shape, which changes the color to let you know that the current user has liked this post. And I can also leave a comment by clicking on this bubble, which redirects me to a new controller where I can add my text. So I'll just say a nice photo, and to post the comment I must click on post comment, and it quickly displays the new comment that's been added. So if I go back, the count should have now gone from the existing 1 comment up to 2 comments, as well as also displays the number of likes. So you can see that we liked the post as well, we added a comment, and it's being displayed by the text showing 1 like and 2 comments that can be viewed. Not only viewed, you can also delete them if you're not happy to leave them there for too much time. So I delete, I go back, and now it's down to 1 comment again that you just added. So I go back, I can also unlike a post by clicking on an already highlighted or liked post and clicking on the heart icon again, and it changes back to default of unlike state. The next functionality that I wish to display to you guys is the search for users. As is obvious from this page, you would click on the search icon on the tab bar. Upon doing so, you're redirected to a new view controller. By default, you're shown all the profiles that exist in the Instagram app, and it also shows the status if you are already following that person or not. So in this case, you can see that I'm following the user Kriti B, but I'm not following any of the others. Let's begin by searching for someone. I want to look to see if my friend Eamon is in the system. It appears there are 3 Eamons in the system, Eamon 2, Eamon 3, and just Eamon Al-Kwati. So I wish to start following Eamon Al-Kwati. Let's do so by just clicking. And it changes from follow to following, showing that you're now following this user, Eamon. Now I can confirm this by going to the home page, and I would fetch posts that have been left by Eamon. The posts and the home feed are displayed in the order of time of creation. So yeah, it's interesting that just by clicking in there, you can now start to see the posts of people you're following. Going back to the search, we've seen that we can search for users, we can follow and unfollow people. I can choose to unfollow Kriti B. It changes back to default. And now when I go back to home feed, I should not see the posts from Kriti B anymore. See how it was appearing in between Eamon and Kriti E's posts? It has now disappeared. So at all times your home feed will only show you the posts of people that you're following and also your own in chronological order.
Now, let us look at some of the camera options provided while taking a photo and posting. Once user goes to the option to select the image from camera, he will be provided with the camera view. Then user can toggle the flash, whether to keep the flash on, keep the flash to auto, or just off. The camera can be rotated, like front camera can be selected, or the back. Then there is option to toggle the grid as well. So once user takes a photo, he will be taken to the view to make a post. Let us have a look at the Bluetooth sharing functionality. Two devices can share the image over Bluetooth if they are in the close proximity range. So on the left, I have an iPhone device from which I would like to share the image on the simulator app. There is a share option at the top left corner of the app where the person can host a session and share an image. He can select the image from the gallery that he wants to share. He will get the option to modify the image, apply filters, and then share. And on the other device has to join the session so that it can receive the image. Connect to the device, accept the share. Once the connection is successful and on sharing the image, it will be transferred onto the next device, and on the next device the user will get the option either to make a post out of it or upload the image. So yeah, upload. So once the image is shared and uploaded, it will be added as a new post onto the user's feed.
I would now like to move on to the next functionality of the app, which is the Discover. This function provides the suggestions of users based on the algorithm that's been written into the system. The logic behind this algorithm has been explained in this presentation here. So assuming that user A is the currently logged in user, we begin by looking at the profiles that the currently logged in user is actually following. So for demonstration purposes, we've kept this to a simplistic scenario so I can actually take you guys through that during the video. So for example, user A is following user B and user C. Now, once I've got that information, I'm interested to see who my friends are following or who are the users that are being followed by these profiles. So user B in this case is following user D. Also turns out that user C is following user D. So that gives us an opportunity to create suggestions based on the concept of common friends, meaning that who are the users that are being followed by the people that I'm following, but I am not following them yet. So in this case, the suggestion to me would be that since my followings B and C are following a user D, it's likely that I also know user D, and hence it is suggested as someone that I should follow. It is also important to note that user A is not suggested any users to follow. Okay, so now following on from that presentation that just showed you the logic of how our Discover algorithm works, it's only fair that I demonstrate this in functionality. So let's begin. In this case, I've called 4 users being Kriti A, B, C, D, assuming that Kriti is a very popular name. So let's begin by logging in. These are existing profiles. So I'll go Kriti A at test.com, give it the password, log in. So very quickly, let's search for users that are being followed by Kriti A. So you can see that Kriti A is following B and C. So let's make a note of that in our Excel file here. All right, now let's log out and go to the next profile. So in this case, Kriti B at test.com. Log in. Again, go to the search. And Kriti B in this case is following a lot of users, but keeping our logic close to the users that we are interested in. Let's just note that Kriti B is following D as well as following A. Again, let's just quickly log out. Log into the third profile. Go to search. Note down the ones that Kriti C is following. One of them is Kriti D, and the other one is B. So D, comma B. Now on to the last one. I will quickly have a look as who is being followed by Kriti D out of these four profiles. So Kriti A and Kriti C. A and C. Now based on this logic, Kriti A is following B and C. Let's just look at B and C. B and C are following D and A, and C is following D and A. So now amongst these users, the common one is D. Is D being followed already by A? No. For this reason, D is the expected suggestion. Similarly, the expected suggestions for the other users are C, A, and B. So now, just to confirm if the discover function actually works as we expect, let's go to the home feed. And you see that you can actually discover people by clicking on this discover button. Now remembering that I'm in user Kriti D, the profile that I expect to see at the very least is B. So let's go to discover, and there, voila, you've got suggestion B. So now just to make sure that this was not just a fluke, we look at the other three profiles very quickly. So I'll log in the Kriti. Let's do it in the reverse order. Welcome back. Go to discover. I hope to see A. And there you are. Suggested returned A. Cancel profile. Log out. Now logging into Kriti B at again test.com. Let's hope that at the very least we see C. Go to discover, and there again it works. So just confirming for you guys that the last one is also working very quickly again. Kriti A at test.com 234. Discover, and it indeed displays the expected D. So we return C and D. Now, although in demonstration purposes this has been shown as a simplistic scenario with very few profiles, this has been thoroughly tested for a larger set, and it works seamlessly, and also where a user is following everyone. So let's just very quickly say I decide to go crazy and I follow everyone. I should not have any suggestions at all. There you are. I've followed everyone. And I do not expect to have anything in my discover. There you go, empty suggestions. So as I said, this has been thoroughly tested and it does work for complex all the way through to simple scenarios. And again, logging out successfully here. And you can see in the background that this is updated to 14 followings.
Next, we look at the Activity tab. From this tab, you can see all the activities that were generated as other users commented, liked, or followed you. Let's say when we tap on this entry, it will show us the post that was liked. And also we can leave comments and view comments. Next, we go to Profile. At this tab, we can see the full name of the currently logged in user, the total number of posts, the total number of followers, the number of following, as well as all the posts that were created by this user, as well as the comments. When we tap on the follower, it will show us the list of the current followers, and same goes for the following list. And if you pull down, it can do a refresh, pull down to refresh.